Hey, this is G Butterfly coming to you live from my couch. I want to talk about Miss Wanda from Love and Marriage Huntsville. She did an interview the other day with Scotty by Nature a few days ago, and he posted it. And it was a pretty long video, little close to 3 hours. And I actually sat and watched it, and he was very entertaining. I had never seen his channel before, but he was very entertaining. But I just wanted to go over some of the things Miss Wanda said because I found them interesting and disturbing all at the same time. She started off by saying that she and Marceau have been bumping heads from the time that they first met. And Tisha has always said that she met Marceau when they were in college. Well, Wanda said that she could tell immediately that Marceau was very bossy and just kind of overbearing. And she said that Tisha was very, very just kind of quiet. And when they decided to get married, what tripped me out, I realized when they were planning a wedding, Marceau should have shut that shit down right then because he should have known what he was getting ready to get himself into. She had an issue because Marceau did not choose her two sons to be a part of his wedding party. I'm like, well, hell, isn't he the one marrying Tisha? Child, Miss Wanda said that she wasn't gonna let there be a wedding if he did not have those two brothers in a wedding. And I say, right then, he and Tisha both should have seen that she was too involved. Ultimately, the little brothers were in the wedding, which is all well and good. But I just think when two people are getting married, the two that are getting married should be the ones who choose who's going to be in the wedding. Right then, she was like, it ain't going to be no MF wedding if my sons are not in it. Excuse me. So her two sons were in the wedding. She said that when they first got married, or maybe when Tisha first had the baby, had the first baby, that she was at Tisha's house more than she was at her own house. I say, another issue, why are you in a grown woman's house that's married and has a husband? I get that Miss Wanda loves Tisha. I get it. I'm a mother, so I know how when you love your child, but there are just boundaries and lines that you just should not cross. And Miss Wanda has been crossing them from the very beginning. And I think she's done it so long that it's just comical to her. Everybody just allows her to do what she does, and no one really checks her. But as the interview went on, she said how, in my opinion, I took it that she really just don't care for Marceau. She really don't. I think she tolerates him because Tisha, in my opinion, genuinely loves her husband. She loves Marceau and she wants her marriage to work, regardless of everything that you see on social media. She loves her husband and she wants it to work. Miss Wanda went on to say that Marceau is a good husband behind the scenes. She wished that he would show that on the TV, on the damn show, Love and Marriage Huntsville. She wished that he would show that on the show, and she said that it's like two sides to him. And she feels like by him portraying the person that you see on screen, it makes people look at their marriage and Tisha in a negative light. But I guess she came across as saying he was maybe a little more loving or attentive to Tisha when the cameras are not rolling. And I'm like, why are you so involved, Miss Wanda? Once again, Miss Wanda said she told Marceau, when you married Tisha, you married the whole family. I'm like, oh, hell. I can see that. I get it. Because now you're combining two families and now you are a part of another family. But clearly, Miss Wanda was not talking about that. Miss Wanda was pretty much saying, hell, if you marry her, you marry me. Even though she probably already had a husband. Let her tell you she had a boyfriend too. But that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother video. Miss Wanda says she owned half of Tisha and Marceau owned the other half of Tisha. But I thought that was an interesting choice of words to use because she said they both own Tisha. She was saying that she likes a man for her own personal self. She likes a man that's very, very bossy and a man that's far more bossy than she is. She also said that the man hasn't been born yet. So I thought that was a little funny. But she doesn't want that for Tisha. I'm like, you know what, hell, she don't want it for Tisha because Tisha already got it. Miss Wanda is the bossy husband for Tisha. That's what it is. That's why she don't want it for Marceau. And I get it, like again, I get that she loves Tisha, but she is going to be the downfall of that marriage between Tisha and Marceau. Even though the marriage has gone on 17 years, but guess what? Now you have um, 10 million more people that's seeing what's going on with this marriage. They're going to have a lot more impact from social media, the people in the town. Everybody's going to have something to say. Now, it will not address her mom as the viewers probably will want her to address her mom. because she's a grown woman and her mother should really respect her marriage and respect boundaries. What I was able to tell by listening to this interview with Scotty by Nature, Miss Wanda does not recognize any boundaries. There's nothing in her mind that will let her uh, even conceive there is a boundary that you should not cross. And I get the impression that she crosses every boundary with everybody she comes in contact with. Now, another thing she did on the video I thought was just out of line is when she started telling Kiki's business regarding her mother, grandmother, her father. None of that had anything to do with Tisha and Marsau. Even though I know this interview was about Miss Wanda and everything that she brings to the show. Now, don't get me wrong. Watching her on the show is definitely entertaining. It's just concerning at the same time. I feel like she said a little too much about Kiki's business with her mom and her grandmother and how she came up and how her dad had to get her when she was a teenager, how she went from, I think, Atlanta to Georgia or Mississippi or somewhere like that. Wait, Atlanta is in Georgia, but whatever other little town they were in. From Atlanta to Mississippi or Alabama, wherever. I think she was saying a little bit too much. Number one, Kiki's mom is not on the show. Kiki's grandmother's not on the show. I don't think Kiki's dad is on the show. And I think that was just Miss Wanda being extremely messy. Like we know she is. Miss Wanda love to mess. And that is a draw for the show. Because there are people who like a lot of the mess. Hell, that's why they sit and watch it every week when it come on. And be salivating, wait for it to come back on when it's on hiatus. But Miss Wanda told a little bit too much about Kiki's business. Now, when she went on to talk about mail, I know people are usually on there either they like mail or they don't. You don't find a lot of people right in the middle. Miss Wanda really has no reason not to like mail, and that bullshit reason she gave about mail not offering her condolences to Tisha when Tisha's grandmother passed away and her aunt passed away. Nobody has to do that, Miss Wanda. No one has to offer you any type of condolences. And if that's your only reason, you're just looking for a reason not to like the young lady. If Tisha isn't concerned about her not offering condolences, and I would say the same thing to Tisha, she doesn't have to. Why are you so concerned about that? I think you really don't have a reason, and you're just looking for a reason, and you was like, hell, let me pull that one out the air. That's good enough for me to use. And it's okay if that's your reason. Miss Wanda is just ready to pop off at anybody at any time. I think Miss Wanda used that as a defense mechanism. Because when she was talking about Kiki's mother and Kiki's grandmother and the difference with the family, you can tell there was a sense of inferiority to that portion of their family. You can tell she probably does not feel like she holds up to that side of the family, even though you really shouldn't compare yourself to family members. But it happens. Hell, people do it all the time. It doesn't make it right, but doesn't mean that it doesn't happen either. Miss Wanda probably is always trying to prove that she's good enough. And so by her barking and always rah, rah, rah at everybody, that may be her defense to keep people up off of her, because she knows that she may have some internal things that she just feels like she's not up to par with. And number one could be that speech, because her speech is horrendous. And I'm like, oh my God. If Miss Wanda say R one more time, that was just as bad as when she was saying image, when she was trying to say envious a couple of videos ago. But anyway, that's something else. Miss Wanda's speech could be a video all in itself. Somebody can talk about that. But Miss Wanda went on to talk about her upcoming, food truck business. Now, if Miss Wanda can cook, we'll never know, because none of us here on social media has eaten her food. Probably never will. And from what I saw online, I definitely know I wouldn't, because that shit looked nasty. But she gave a reason why it looked like that. She was saying when she took it to the young lady who posted it, whoever she was, I don't know who she was, she said it had already flipped over. That meant when you was taking the food over there, you was driving any kind of way, I'm assuming, and you didn't have that food secure so that it can look presentable when you took it to somebody who you knew had the potential to post it on social media. And social media is where you would probably get most of your customers from, because people follow you because of the show. But anyway, she doesn't care for Marsau. She doesn't respect Marsau, but she wants Marsau's money. I'm like, I hope Marsau sit back and look at this video, because that woman does not like him. She doesn't respect Marsau. She does not respect. She may love Tisha. She may genuinely love her daughter, and I believe that she does. But she does not respect Tisha. She does not respect the boundaries of Tisha's marriage. And until Tisha puts her foot down with Miss Wanda, that's not going to change. And this is probably going to sound very ugly, but Tisha is probably going to have to pull away from Miss Wanda, pull her entire family. And when I say her family, I mean her children, her and Marsau are going to have to pull themselves completely away from Miss Wanda and let Miss Wanda sit on the island by herself for a while, for Miss Wanda to start respecting boundaries with her marriage. But as long as she allowed Miss Wanda to keep coming in and keep questioning, I'm like, why in the hell is she questioning Marsau the way that she does? And she don't see anything wrong with it. And until Tisha stops Miss Wanda from doing what she's doing, it's never going to stop. It's going to continue to go on and on and on. And it's going to always be some tension, some rocky roads in her marriage. Who wants to live in a house where your husband is always pissed off at you because your mama came over there and acted a goddamn fool? Nobody wants to deal with that. But I honestly think it's going to take Tisha completely pulling away and shutting her mama off. And I mean shutting her off like she took a machete and chopped Miss Wanda completely off. Because Miss Wanda loves her so much that Tisha may have to completely cut her off for a minute for her to realize, hey, I'm serious. And you need to respect my marriage, respect my husband, regardless of what Marsau may or may not be doing. That's none of Miss Wanda's business. That's Tisha's business. And she may have to cut her mom off, and that's probably going to tear her up. But that, I bet you, that's going to be the only thing. And cut those kids off from her too for a minute. But I think that's going to be the only thing that make Miss Wanda realize you need to stand down and leave everybody's business alone. Now, if she want to have her own show and cut up and act a fool, that's fine. But she is going to be the reason that her daughter's going to constantly stay in turmoil with other people and, sadly, with her husband. But Marsau can give it as good as Miss Wanda gives it, so that's always entertaining to watch on TV. But I know that have to be hell to live through that in that house. So anyway, the interview I saw on Scotty by Nature was very interesting with Miss Wanda. It was almost 3 hours. I don't have all that time to talk about it, but Miss Wanda pretty much said she gonna fight Tisha battles. She don't give a damn if Tisha say, mama, sit back, I got it. She gonna step up and say what she gotta say to who she gotta say it, how she wanna say it. She don't give a damn how you feel about it. And that's just it. Miss Wanda is gonna be who she is at all times. She said that she's the middle of 9 children, 4 older, 4 younger. She's right in the middle. She said everybody comes to her. They're a very tight-knit family, and I can believe that. I don't have any reason to doubt that. But Miss Wanda, you're gonna have to learn boundaries. You are gonna have to learn boundaries, and Tisha's gonna have to be the one to teach you. And if Tisha teach you those boundaries that I just talked about by just cutting you off, and it's hard, and it sounds horrible for your own mom, but if Tisha wants to have healthy friendships with people on the show and have a good, solid marriage with her husband, she got to get Miss Wanda together. She got to get Miss Wanda together. Miss Wanda is not gonna like it. Her and them high heel clickety clackety boots she be wearing, she gonna have to just walk on somewhere else and go back to Bessemer, stay in Bessemer. I think that's how you say it, Bessemer, Alabama. That Tisha live her life in Huntsville and talk every now and then for her to understand, mama, you got to back up. Now, is Tisha gonna be able to do that? We don't know, because Tisha loved Miss Wanda just as much. But if she really loved her marriage and wanted to work, she wanted to do something about Miss Wanda. But that's all I got to say. Good interview with Scotty by Nature. I may go to his channel again and check out some more interviews. I was very thoroughly entertained. All right, well, y'all have a good day. This G Butterfly just coming in talking about Miss Wanda in that interview, honey. Miss Wanda is a whole mess, but entertaining. All righty, bye.